New breed, global truth.
I've been in this sport for a year now, and like I probably shouldn't be saying this, but all of this shit's fucking rigged. You know, you see people whining and dining each other. You see people at Staples Center. Like who was at the Staples Center last night with KSI? Joe Markowski. People. This sport's rigged for sure. 100%.
This sport's rigged. This sport's rigged. He said
100%. Where do you rank this experience? In the short amount of time I've been here, I've heard multiple stories about people paying stuff off, choosing fights, what time people sign contracts at. It's just, I don't know. It's not an excuse, but I'm just saying.
Where do you rank this experience of all time? Know that you're an innovator.
Wow. What's going on, everybody? It's your brother New Breed coming through with another live stream. Well, it looked like you just heard it out of the horse's mouth that the sport known as boxing, as we see it today, 100% rigged. That's coming directly from Jake Paul, who just participated in one of the biggest cash grabs that we have seen coming from Netflix and professional boxing. Now, I don't know if y'all caught the fights, but some of the undercards, they didn't look rigged at all. Well, let's say it this way. The fights at least look real. Some of those undercards was brutal. I don't know if y'all caught the Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano fight, but it was vicious, man. Katie definitely came out fighting dirty. She was leading with her head the entire night. It was very, very tough to watch. I found myself aggravated that they let her get away with that. And she head-butted her. You can actually see the gash open up on her eye. And it looked like a whole nother eye socket. That was one of the worst cuts that we've seen in a while. But nonetheless, Amanda Serrano, being 10 pounds lighter than Katie, stepped up weight classes for the bigger fighter. She still hung in there and showed herself to be a harder hitter. She showed herself to be tough. Yo, Puerto Rico. All I can say is Puerto Rico, man. She was repping. Look, she was completely robbed of the fight. And it was tough to watch, man. It was tough to watch. The ref didn't know what the hell he was doing. By the third round, I seen the headbutts. By the fifth round, she should have been disqualified. Katie should have been disqualified by the fifth round. Hands down, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't know how that fight lasted so long, and I don't know. I mean, look, and I'm also say this. Amanda's corner did an amazing job keeping that cut from bleeding over, bro. They did an amazing job in the corner. The corner was pissed off. They was very disgruntled, and it was just a shame to see that. But then there was another undercard fight that Mario Barrios fight and Abel Ramos that ended in a draw. Man, that joint was serious. That was the best fight of the night, hands down. Hands down, that was the best fight of the night. I see y'all brothers rolling in. Oh, man, we're going to be chopping it up tonight because it's going to get real. This is going to be an in-depth exposure on a humiliation ritual that was ran on Mike Tyson. And he was a willing participant, of course. And all I can say is, how the mighty have fallen. It was such a shame. It was a travesty what we witnessed last night. It was disgusting. There was levels to this script because it was a script. I don't know if you all are aware of this, but X actually leaked the script 24 hours before the actual fight. Like it was literally scripted. And now the media is trying to hide that and claiming that it was fake news, or they're using fact checkers to claim that it wasn't scripted. But yo, it was a bad look. It was a bad look on so many levels. I've been talking about the buck breaking that's going on right now with our people, particularly our men, rather. And we seen it last night. We seen it full fledged. A lot of the things that we witnessed is deep psychological warfare on a melanated man. They are now taking our elders, those who have illustrious careers, those who have a certain status within our community, and they are buck breaking them. I can't call it nothing less than what it is. And a lot of people are afraid to speak this way. They're afraid to talk about what's going on. But look, we gonna talk about it over here. And you got to understand how this war works. And when you point out the discrepancies from last night, and we can really zero in on what took place last night, y'all are going to see exactly what they're doing right now. So I want everybody to like the video on your way in. I see brothers and sisters rolling in. Andre's in the building. Infinite G, what's going on? Gabby's in the house. Grace Hill. I see Guess Who's in the building. Luke Walker, what it up? Yes, 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 yes. Pound the like button on your way in. We got to get to it. Man. So for those who didn't see the fight, hours before the actual bout, there was a weigh-in. In this weigh-in, Mike Tyson slapped Jake's paw, showing himself to pretty much be out of control, animalistic, primal. This is what they wanted you to see. They wanted you to see Mike as an animal. And there's a reason for this, because you got to understand, with age comes great wisdom. And just to kick off the fight like that is to show you what type of time they really on, right? The dehumanization process started right there when Mike slapped Jake Paul. But we're going to get into it. Follow me down this trail here. But before we get there, I got an announcement to make real quick. I don't want to put the cart before the horse. Look, I want to say that our first month's projection on the Nobility clothing line was an ultimate success, and we have exceeded expectations. And in case you're wondering what I'm talking about our clothes that we have on newbreed.love. You brothers and sisters have been extremely supportive, and it must be because you love the gear, right? In case you're wondering, I'm wearing the Hebrew Hero shirt right now. Let me let y'all get a better look at that. As you can see, this is the Hebrew Heroes joint. Y'all see what I'm talking about right here? If you look on the sleeve, it got the chosen one on there. And, you know, you can cop this from newbreed.love. A lot of people have been purchasing the gear, and just y'all showing y'all's love, y'all support, y'all like the designs. Man, you know, hey, we're going to be doing polls. We're going to be doing polls. And on our next hoodie, we're going to let y'all vote, because I want it to be interactive as well. When it comes to the clothing line, I want it to be interactive where y'all can choose what y'all want to see, right? It's going to be dope, though. But allow me to continue. Let's go down this trail right here. We're talking about the Mike Tyson humiliation ritual. Now, man, first and foremost, I want to show y'all something real quick. I just want to show y'all something real quick. And we're going to get into some details and some semantics here, but I want to show you, and I'm going to turn the sound off because I don't want to play around with this copyright stuff. I'm going to show you Mike Tyson at age 16. Mike Tyson at age 16. Now look at Mike. Now look at Jake Paul. I want to show you Jake Paul at age 16. We getting somewhere here. Follow me here, y'all. I want to show you Jake Paul. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can still hear me, right? Let's show you Jake Paul at age 16. Now, one in the chat if y'all can hear me. I'm going somewhere with this. Because I want to explain what these Greco-Roman, Idumean Vikings been doing to our men, right? Right? So you see this man twerking, shimmying, clearly he loosened the hips. Mike looked like a savage at 16. This is Jake Paul at 16. Right? We getting somewhere here. Now y'all see him, right? The boy is light in the loafers. All right? So look. Let's stay here for a second with it, right? No, we ain't gonna stay there. We don't want to look at Jake Paul, but let's move here. I'm over here multitasking. Peep this. Hold on, let me get my screen back up. One moment. All right, so here you have Jake Paul. Now, what are they doing here? What exactly are they trying to do? A man who is a child star, Disney star, turned social media icon, turned professional boxer. It's an industry proxy. And he was used. This guy was used to take down one of the greats. But Mike did it willingly. He did it willingly. Now, let me show y'all a little bit of Mike training slightly before the fight. Just let's look at this for a second. Yes, sir. Now, how in the hell is Mike coming with such power and velocity? Are they bringing up old clips? Like, what is going on here? Now, I want y'all to wrap your mind around this. The way Mike came in that ring, stiff, old, no balance, no type of movement. Knees look tight. No trainer in their right mind would allow Mike in that ring. No trainer in their right mind would allow Mike in that ring to fight. There's no way. You can see it a mile away. Who was Mike sparring with? Who was he sparring with pre-fight, days before the fight? This is all stage. All stage. And as y'all can see, y'all can get the likes up. They're knocking people out the chat because they don't want me to uncover the ideological subversion that they're pulling on the people. Because this fight is bigger than you think. There was a humiliation ritual conducted, but it wasn't just on Mike. It was on the melanated man. Now, y'all got to understand this came right off the cuff of, or let's say it this way. This came right after Denzel Washington decided that he wanted to lock lips with another man for a movie role. Don't think this is happening for no reason, brothers and sisters. They're targeting our greats. Now, something crazy happened during this fight that never happened in boxing history. Never happened in boxing history. Y'all know what that is? They showed Mike in a pre-fight interview. He's talking about getting in that ring and ending the fight quickly and effectively and viciously. He turns around and walks off after kissing his son with his damn ass out. Now, where the hell have you ever seen that? In boxing history, they show a man with what appears to be a damn G-string up his ass after a pre-fight interview. Have you ever seen that? Never in boxing history have you seen that. But in the biggest stage that Mike has technically ever fought in, this man is put on blast and exposed. Cameraman zoomed in while he walked away. Why this man ain't have shorts on? Where was his trunks? Why would they be coming back to interview him when the man clearly wasn't ready for an interview? Mike agreed. Mike agreed to be embarrassed, to be humiliated, to take $20 million versus Jake Paul's $40 million. And we're not supposed to talk about the black man selling out. We're not supposed to talk about the black man selling our image out. Denzel's a sellout. Remember, Denzel told you he wanted the scene to be released, but the producers were too chicken. Don't forget that, brothers and sisters. He said the producers was chicken. He wanted to push the envelope. He wanted to push the agenda with a smile on his face.
They don't like me in Hollywood.
Why do they not like you in Hollywood?
I don't wear dresses. I don't do that gay stuff on TV. You had to get some other black person to do that stuff. I'm talking, that's gutter. But they all confess they love the Lord. But you cannot compromise yourself if you love the Lord. So I play tough guys, but young kids want to be soldiers. Young kids don't want to follow a guy to wear a dress. You know what I'm talking about.
Man, rest in peace to Tommy Lister, man. Rest in peace to Tommy Lister. I could tell you right now, man, he spoke nothing but truth right there. That man said, if you love the Lord, you ain't compromising. So when you hear Mike Tyson saying he gave his life to the Lord, when you hear Denzel Washington say he's a Christian and he followed the Lord, you ain't finna compromise like that if you representing the Lord. It's too many of these men who are selling out, man. And it's causing a great deal of programming to the youth, to those who follow them. We're talking about our mighty men. The scriptures talk about how they would do our mighty men. How in the last days, a real man that's through and through would be like pure gold. Difficult to find. Why? Because of the brainwashing techniques that they're using to push their agendas. Even when it's subtle. Through these little subtle images, it plays on the minds of those who are impressionable. Why this mighty warrior, known as Mike Tyson, taking less of a pay than a Jake Paul when Mike Tyson has an illustrious career in boxing. The levels of disrespect that took place that night. You had the lady from Ireland, Katie, going against Serranos. They cheated out Serranos, Puerto Rico. They disrespected the Israelites the whole night. It was a public display of just straight up disrespect. And then you had Mike Tyson seeming like an animal because he kept doing this.
I have a habit of biting my gloves when I fight, yes.
Why do you do that?
I have a biting fixation.
I've heard about that. I don't want to know more.
Now, it's been years since he bit Evander Holyfield's ear, and let's be clear about it. Evander Holyfield was headbutting the whole damn fight. He lost his cool. We forgave Mike for that. We forgave Mike for biting Evander Holyfield's ear. But in this script that was written for him, he literally humiliates himself, biting his glove as if he wanted to bite Jake Paul a whole fight. He humiliated himself like he was an animal. This is called dehumanization. They're dehumanizing Mike. They're dehumanizing the warrior. And it's a crying shame. While he biting his gloves as he has no control, what does that make him look like? It makes him look wild, like he belong in a damn zoo. That's not masculinity. A man who don't have no control at his big age. And I'm gonna say this too, man. There's no reason why a man 58, 59 years old should ever be getting in no boxing ring. There's nothing wrong with training at that age. You should always train if you can. If you are able body and you can keep yourself moving, train. Matter of fact, shout out to none other than George Foreman. Shout out to George Foreman, man. Let me show y'all something real quick. Shout out to George. That one, not that clip. We're gonna get there.
Man, my dad still got it. You still got that power, Dad? Power doesn't age. Are you ready? Let me see what you got, champ. Tell me what you got, George. Let's go, champ. Let's go. Let's go. I'm ready for a comeback again.
Man, look, I'm not here to tear the black man down, man. Black men are warriors. George Foreman at 74 years old, packing a punch. You hear me? That's power. This man is 74 years old, but a comeback, no, George. George, respectfully, George, no man in his late 50s, early 60s, look, no man 45 plus, well, we'll say 50 plus, 55 plus. No man 55 plus should be in no actual boxing ring. For real, like actually fighting, bro. But I'm keeping it a buck with y'all. Somebody said they're all Satanists, bro. Well, George Foreman he didn't humiliate himself like a Mike Tyson. He didn't humiliate himself like a Mike Tyson. But I went to a clip before. I just want to show y'all. We all know the fight is rigged because it came out of Jake Paul's mouth. In case you didn't hear this, brothers and sisters, this is what he said about boxing.
I've been in this sport for a year now, and like I probably shouldn't be saying this, but all of this shit's fucking rigged. You know, you see people whining and dining each other. You see people at Staples Center. Like who was at the Staples Center last night with KSI? Joe Markowski. People. This sport's rigged for sure. 100%. This sport's rigged. This sport's rigged. He said 100%.
Where do you rank this
In the short amount of time I've been here, I've heard multiple stories about people paying stuff off, choosing fights, what time people sign contracts at. It's just, I don't know. It's not an excuse, but I'm just saying.
Where do you rank this experience of all time? Knowing that you're an innovator.
You know what was real sad about this Tyson-Paul fight? The fact that Tyson was asked, is this over for you? Are you finna retire? And Tyson said, I don't know. And you can clearly see he can't fight another day in no ring. If he wasn't what you call body acting, because he looked real stiff, he could have been acting. Or the man just could be done being in the ring. The legs didn't have enough. But he said, in the right situation. And what I gathered from that is, if the money's right, he'll do anything. And that's the problem with our people. Anything for a bag. Kiss another man for a bag. Wear a wig for a bag. Wear a damn dress for a bag. I personally believe this is one of the biggest problems, one of the biggest issues when it comes to our public image as black men and the misrepresentation that we have. But they're willing to do it. He's willing to get in the ring again for what? Some money. He said, look, they said, Tyson, who would you fight next? Who would you fight next? He said, I don't know, maybe his brother. Maybe his brother. And if y'all was watching that fight, it looked like Jake Paul could have demolished Mike Tyson the way he was moving. It really did. But that wasn't part of the script. Now, brothers and sisters, I want to show you how our people respond, right? Let me see. Let's pull this up. You Negroes have got to stop sports betting. I'm telling you, you got to show some sign of consciousness where you know this sports betting thing is a scam. It's a scam. Like, look, brothers, you got to get your priorities right. That gambling, you know, risking your money for these screenplays, these scripts, is out of pocket. Like, it's so many brothers I know who done fell victim. I'm talking about got into some real trouble with the damn sports betting, bro. Lost a lot because they make it so it's addictive. They let you win a little something, but they take a whole lot more. It's just like Vegas. They let you win a little something, but then they digging in them pockets, and you ain't able to put food on the table. If he tweaked out like that, he lost a lot of money. And then the man ruined his damn TV. So now you got to replace that too. Somebody said, how much you think Mike Tyson got paid to wear those Versace panties at the weigh-in? I think all Mike Tyson got overall was the 20 million. And I'm going to show you how they do our people, bro. Ain't no money worth your damn soul, bro. Ain't no money worth selling the image of your people out. Ain't no money worth selling out yourself, your essence. His whole legacy is tarnished. His whole legacy is tarnished. And I'm going to show y'all this too. It been predicted. This was a ritual that was designed a long time ago. I want y'all to look up at y'all screen. How many of y'all by show of ones remember Mike Tyson Punch Out? By show of ones, how many of y'all remember this video game? Because I grew up playing this junk like all day, every day. I still remember Mike Tyson Punch Out. I can remember every sound when the punches was thrown. I can just remember. I have a audio memory on this. Y'all remember? All right, yeah, Mike Tyson Punch Out was the junk. Let me show y'all something because y'all not going to really believe this. I know that we in some kind of matrix. I know that the predictive programming is real. That's the only way I can explain the damn Illuminati cards that be coming out predicting things like literally like years in advance. Hold on, let me show y'all something. There was one character on this game that really stands out to me. Let me see if I can pull it up. Here you go, right here. Hold on, this character right here. How many of y'all remember? If y'all can see in the corner of your screen, how many of you remember this guy? The guy with the orange hair, the guy that looks just like Jake Paul. Bro, come on now. Bro, they've been programming us for 30. Look, they literally have been programming us for 37 years, bro. 37 years. But this was the guy that Mike is always supposed to be. But they literally been searing this in your conscious the entire time. Like, these people are Satanists. These people are practitioners of the craft on a level that a lot of you brothers and sisters don't understand. These people dealing in numerology. These people literally are magicians. And they hit you on such a deep level. Like, if they can kill off your heroes, then they feel like they can kill something in you. It's witchcraft. Exactly. It's witchcraft. We're talking about These are high-ranking wizards that be putting this stuff together. Telling you. But when you, like, I know to some it sounds crazy what I'm talking about. You may not understand it, but when I say that a lot of you brothers and sisters, if you can see, just say, I can see. Because I be feeling alone sometimes. Like I be piecing stuff together and seeing things that I don't think I'm supposed to see. And I be wanting to feel like, y'all, that somebody understands. Like, I don't know if us chosen ones of the Most High are geniuses, or if we can see the paradox to the point where this kind of stuff, it just stands out. To some, this might seem small, but to me, it doesn't. Because this is what I immediately started thinking about. All right, so people say they see you're not alone. You're not alone. Thank y'all, bro. Because it's like the gematria they use, all of it, the numerology, the symbols, the just all of it. All of it. It's very easy to see once you see it. And you can't unsee it. Now, I'm going to show y'all something else. Yeah, it's like somebody said, like the Truman Show. Somebody said, facts, as a child, I had that type of foresight. Somebody said everything feels programmed. Absolutely. And Netflix, they got super rich off the last night. And the main entertainer that everybody showed up for, he wasn't even the main one he wasn't even a fighter that got the most money. The guy that they showed up for, like the way they exploited Mike Tyson last night, I don't know who his handler is. I don't know who, I mean, man, they've always put some sleazeball over Mike Tyson, like, y'all know Don King and all these other type of people. But whoever his manager is, they did this man dirty. They couldn't even ink out a deal where he made more money. Like, let me go to this news brief right here, right? I know a lot of y'all don't want to be hearing me read, so let me see if I can find the audio on this thing. Boom, and I found the audio. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear it once I start playing it. Going now. It's going to read the article for us, and I'm going to stop and go and chime in.
Netflix just got exactly what it wanted from Mike Tyson and Jake Paul for $60 million price, the Mirror US.
Do y'all hear that? Show ones. Okay, good. Thank y'all.
Netflix has spent big money on its first foray into boxing.
Y'all got to understand, they first foray into boxing was streamed worldwide everywhere. Live stream feed. Netflix got buku cash. I'm talking about hundreds of millions of dollars. They might have crossed the billy. They might have crossed the billy. Do you understand? And they threw Mike Tyson chump change, and he was exploited the most.
It's reported that Jake Paul will earn around $40 million and Mike Tyson $20 million to meet in the ring at 8.
Now, how is that possible when Jake Paul just started boxing? How is it possible? Correct me if I'm wrong. The man got 8 fights. Is it 8 or 9 fights and 1 loss or something like that? Now, he got some knockouts, but Mike Tyson 50 and 4, 50 and 5. How? Like the way they disrespected this man, bro. Like people don't even, I'm outraged at this. Because this shows that the melanated man gets absolutely no respect in this country. And I don't care if you have a career in Hollywood or as an athlete, they're going to do you dirty. And they're going to do you dirty in the public. They're going to humiliate you. They're going to give you less than you deserve. And at the end, you're going to be out here hurting. And you're going to be made to be a mockery. Why would a 59-year-old man still have to even get in the ring and fight to make ends meet? It's like our stars, they got to keep on working just to maintain. At what point do they branch off, liquidate their assets, get some resources, get their own networks, and live happily ever after. When does that happen? It doesn't. I don't know about y'all, but this kind of stuff pisses me off because our people deserve more. Mike out here with his ass out. Mike out here getting beat on by some clown. Some clown, and he really ain't even really beat on him. It looks staged. It looks fake all the way. To be 100% with you. Like, let's hear it from Evander Holyfield real quick before we get back into it.
What did you think of the fight?
It wasn't a good one.
It wasn't a good one. No. Yeah. Overall, how'd you just see how Jake fought, how Mike fought?
Well, you know, you can tell something was wrong with the Tyson leg.
Yeah, the knee.
So he couldn't, his balance was off.
Oh, that's crazy. You noticed that. I just talked to his trainer and he told me that exact thing.
Yeah.
His balance was off.
His balance was off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. You know, overall.
I seen that when he walked down in the ring. When he was walking in the ring, I was like, something just looked off. Something looked off. But anyway, let's continue.
TNT Stadium in Dallas, Texas tonight, Friday, November 15th. That tallies up to a $60 million outlay from the broadcaster, who boasts around 282 million subscribers who will be able to watch the huge...
280 million YouTube or Netflix, 280 million Netflix subscribers were able to watch. They were making bank.
Event at no extra cost. It's a big business move for the streaming giants, and one it clearly hopes will pay off.
Oh, it will pay off.
There must have been times during fight week, however, when they wondered what they had spent their money on.
Yo, they literally just revolutionized boxing. They revolutionized boxing. Because now people are going to be expecting to get these streams. Somebody said Holyfield thinking, glad I ain't him. Yeah, Holyfield ended up being the champ at the end of all this, right? Somebody said Holyfield know what's up. I think all of them know what's up. I was watching it, and the one of the anchors, what's that lady's name, y'all? Y'all know the Spanish lady that played in White Man Can't Jump. She was one of the anchors that night. And she even said, like, during the fight, she was like, why don't Jake Paul just get rid of him? Like, why he don't just attack him and knock him down? Because the way Mike was moving, I mean, it would have been easy pickings. It was staged. She was confused. Like, she was even baffled. So I don't even, Rosie Perez. That's right, Rosie Perez. Every time I think of Rosie Perez, I think about when she was saying, make love over and over and over and over. I remember she said that in the movie. That's all. Every time I hear her, that's what I think about, that scene when she was saying that. But nah, Rosie Perez was like, yo, what am I looking at? Like, what is going on here? Somebody said maybe he was poisoned. No, Mike signed up. Mike signed up to let these people put the spotlight on his ass. That is humiliation. You've never seen that in boxing history. You've never seen it. Like, how did they even approach Mike with something like that? I'm telling you, everything on the television screen has an agenda. And anything aired like that, where it's streamed all across the world, yo, it's all about the agenda, and they are effeminizing black men. But these guys are signing up for it. They're selling their people up. You know what our people need? We need some type of we need to be able to delegate who we choose to be our leaders at some point. Something got to come in play. And I don't know how this is going to happen, but it has to happen, bro. Because these celebrities are compromised. They're going to do whatever for that dollar. They're going to do whatever. Even Denzel Washington. Sad, bro. It's sad.
Particularly the $20 million spent on Tyson.
$20 million. That wasn't worth your soul. What the Bible say? What costs a man to gain the entire world but to lose his soul? $20 million. Man, no amount of money is worth going through that humiliation and ruining your legacy, ruining your boxing legacy. When we think about Mike Tyson moving forward, we're going to think about this last fight of him in the ring with Jake Paul, looking less than himself. Look, as men, you got to know when to hold him and when to fold him, when to throw in the towel, so your legacy can remain in its place. You want your legacy to live on, bruh. 20 million, but Jake Paul get 40.
I saw Mike Tyson and Jake Paul up close. I've made up my mind on fight outcome. He showcased some of his power on the pads on Tuesday at open workouts.
Now, how could he show off power on Tuesday, but then get in the ring and don't show no power? He couldn't even move his legs. He was not even mobile. I mean, how can Mike be doing, like, just make this make sense. How can Mike be doing this days before the
I have a habit of biting my gloves when I fight, yes.
Not that, I hit the wrong clip. How can Mike be doing this?
Yes, sir.
Could Mike have been possibly biting his gloves because they made him hold back? They told him, look, right now, this is some big Russian versus Apollo Creed type stuff. This is the Russian versus Apollo Creed, and you are to fall back. And this is for the world stage. America needs to see that man from the Caucasoids. Respect to my Gentile brothers and sisters, but let me put this out here. Let me just say what's happening right now. It seems like they're showing white supremacy right now. That whole night, that's what I seen. And I say that because of what happened with the Katie and Serrano fight. It seemed like they were just on one. And I know a lot of y'all seen it too, my Gentile compadres and friends. Y'all were absolutely upset with that too. But it must be some type of programming going on. It looked like white supremacy to me. Now, it is what it is, because you got to understand what goes on in boxing. The person who wrote Rocky, there's somebody said that's Rocky 2024. Yes, right. That's right, Jill. Serrano really won that fight. The person who wrote Rocky, I don't know if y'all know this, but yeah, the Great White Hype. Oh, I gotta go to something, man. Shout out to Malik. He just brung me to another source that I need to pull up. He brung up the Great White Hype. That's part of the agenda too. We're gonna go there. We're gonna talk about that. We definitely gotta go there. The person who wrote Rocky, he stated that what was happening in the film was about race. All of it was about race. It was about wars. It was about what was going on in society. And they were showing you a microcosm in every Rocky film. In every Rocky film, it was a microcosm of what's really taking place within society when it came to the races of people. So if they had an agenda to go against another country in war, oh, let's hire the big Russian to do this, or let's hire the Mongolian to do this, or the Iranian to do this, and then we're going to create. What we're going to do is in the film we're going to create some type of animosity towards this different group of people. So when we do go to war, the people have already accepted it. That's how deep the programming goes. So what are they trying to show us now with the black man? They're trying to show us no matter how big on the block, rich, illustrious career, no matter how you are remembered, they can change that. And I know some of y'all just saying, Breed, it was just some quick cash for Tyson. You going too deep. I don't know why you be thinking so deep about this stuff. Man, I see down the rabbit hole and what they really got going on, man. And I'm going to play this article. I'm going to finish this article up, and I'm going to another source that really jars some thought. It provokes a lot of thought. All right, hold on one moment. Is this playing? All right, let's just bring it back. I hope I don't have to read it for y'all because I know y'all like hearing. It's for some reason it's just loading. Y'all can see it on y'all screen. While that's loading, do me a favor, brothers and sisters. If you're enjoying this broadcast, if you're being edified, you're learning, do me a solid and pound the like button as well as the share button. Share this on your platform. So it wasn't much more to read. It was like a minute left. And I'll go ahead and read the last paragraph because that's where we're at. It says, whether or not somebody had a word in his ear or whether Tyson was really just in the zone remains to be seen. But just over 24 hours out of the opening bell, he finally snapped when Paul crawled up to him and stepped on his toes. And Paul was on demon time too. Let me put this out here. Jake Paul was on demon time. He had, if y'all look at his garments, they say he spent millions of dollars on his ring garments. And if you look closely at the back of it, he had the skull and bones. The way he crawled up at Tyson it looked like some damn dominatrix weirdo stuff. And then there was a couple times where Tyson landed punches and Jake Paul stuck his tongue out looking like a demon, like a snake. Like the dude is weird, bro. Jake Paul is on demon time for real. He was showing all the satanic symbolism the whole night. He is definitely compromised. And Mike Tyson bowed and let this demonic, heathenistic, evil Viking, he let him, basically rule over him that night. It was a sad sight, man. It was a real bad humiliation. Mike bowed to the devil. Mike with the devil's team, y'all. I know you're a Mike Tyson fan. You like watching his interviews and all. Mike been compromised. Mike was Satan. I know y'all don't want to hear that, but it is what it is. Mike Tyson is a Satanist. He right along with it. And he probably been being abused by Customato. Customato, look, they already told you in all the documentaries that Customato was using MK Ultra mind control on Mike. Mike is a victim of Project Monarch. They use military training. They use military brainwashing psychological techniques on Mike. Mike's soul is gone. He gone. And listen, I know this is going to bring great anger to some people, but the way Mike's daughter passed away, it seemed real fishy. I don't know what they got going on in Hollywood, but it was some freak accident. Next thing you know, you see Mike Tyson on the Hangover movies. Stop me when I tell a lie. Stop me when I tell a lie. After Mike Tyson's daughter, something happened with some freak accident with some type of exercise equipment, something wrapped around her neck. All of a sudden, Mike Tyson was in Hangover. All of a sudden, Mike Tyson was on stage doing documentaries. All of a sudden, I don't trust these people in Hollywood. And look, they trying to knock people out the chat right now because I'm telling the truth. So you know what y'all got to do. Y'all got to double tap. Y'all have to comment. Y'all have to keep things interactive and keep things flowing. Because they don't want the truth out there. They don't want you to see what's really going on. Yep, Jill said it. 2 strong brothers gone in a week. And the irony of that is X, ran by Elon Musk, leaked the script of this fight. They leaked the script. Why? Karmatic debt. They have to tell you what they're going to do before they do it. They have to let you know this is a show going on. They have to let you know that this is programming. That's why they do it in The Simpsons. That's why they do it in all these films. It's a ritual, y'all. Nothing more, nothing less. And when you can see, you don't get caught up in that psychological warfare. Look, let me show y'all something. There's a very good source I need to go to here. Let me pull it up. Y'all give me one moment. Because somebody brung up Great White Hype. And I looked at something earlier, and there's a celebrity who actually says something. Damon Wayans. I'm going to Comedy Hype. Shout out to Comedy Hype. We're gonna go to Comedy Hype News. They be covering some good stuff, bro. Some stuff that make you think. Damon Wayans warned us. Damon Wayans actually warned us on this. Now remember, Damon Wayans played in a boxing movie too. Y'all remember that movie when he was like, "Kiss my black Rolls Royce," whatever he said. Y'all remember that movie? I forgot the name of that movie. Actually, was that The Great White Hype? Hold up. Yo, correct me if I'm wrong. Did Damon Wayans play in The Great White Hype? Let me know something, y'all. Somebody said, okay, but you are like the Black Sand Guru. Teach us something new. Somebody said, noble line, I'm sure he isn't 60. Yeah, that was him. Didn't see it. Y'all didn't see The Great White Hype. Or was The Great White Hype? I know it was a boxing movie. But anyway, I don't know if he played in it or not, though. Crazy. But anyway, forget all that. Let's go to the source. Let's go to the source. Damon Wayans' Comedy Hype, he warned us. Peep the game.
Comedy News, I'm John Alva. In 1996, Damon Wayans would star in a film that would expose the racial undertones that...
I guess all I had to do was click on a video, right? Like, Bree, just click on a video so we can find out. You over here trying to figure out what's going on. All right, hold on. Let's blow the screen up. Peep this, y'all. This is very interesting what he's about to bring out.
Hype News, I'm John Alva. In 1996, Damon Wayans would star in a film that would expose the racial undertones that many fans buy into in the film The Great White Hype. The film's movie tells a story of a black boxing champ, James the Grim Reaper Roper, played by Wayans, who is convinced to take on a white opponent who, by all standards, is a mediocre fighter compared to Roper. He's convinced to take on this mediocre white fighter after a pitch made by a Don King-like promoter named by Reverend Fred Sultan, played by Samuel L. Jackson, who sees the black versus white storyline as a big payday.
Hey, look, Rev. Nobody gonna buy the idea of a white contender. It ain't about race. It's about boxing.
What's the highest grossing fight in the history of boxing?
Tyson Gibbons.
The highest grossing fight in the history of boxing. It's Cooney versus Hall. Can you tell me why, Jane?
Do y'all see what's going on right now? They literally pulled a Great White Hype. 1996 Damon Wayans. They was foreshadowing this, what we just seen yesterday. It's a racial undertone to it. Best believe it's a racial undertone. Anyway, let's go.
Yeah, because Cooney was a white boy.
This storyline plays right into the recent fight between boxing legend Mike Tyson versus media personality and YouTuber Jake Paul. Tyson, at 58, would step in the ring on November 15th, much like Roper, to take on a white opponent that clearly was not on his same level, especially if the two men were the same age, as Paul would just turn 27 at the top of this year. In the film The Great White Hype, unlike what would take place between Tyson versus Paul, Wayne's character would win the match. Yes, if you didn't know, Tyson would end up losing the 8-round match by unanimous decision, thus turning his record to 50-7, 50 wins and 7 losses. Now, leading up to the...
I guarantee all my gematria brothers, all my numerology brothers, it's something to do with those numbers, y'all. If y'all know what it is, let me know in the chat. Let's go.
Fight. The reminder of black greatness being equated to white mediocrity was very visible.
And that's what we seen. We seen black greatness broke down to white mediocrity. Again, I'm going to show y'all Jake Paul at 16. And I'm going to show you Mike Tyson at 16. And we're going to get back to it. That's Mike Tyson at 16. That's Jake Paul at 16. This is how they play. This is how these people play the game. This is how these people play the game, y'all. Yeah, somebody said it was a full moon ritual because it was an actual full moon out, and they showed Mike Tyson's ass out. You can't make it up, but that's what they did. Somebody said 50th Jubilee and 7th Tribulation end times. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Let's go back to the Great White Hype.
As promotion began, why on earth was one of our greatest boxers of all time in the ring with a guy who started boxing just 6 years ago? To note, Paul's first fight was with a fellow YouTuber. Tyson, whose boxing impact has been compared to Muhammad Ali, unfortunately would help reinforce that Black excellence is worth just as much as the white average. And to add even more to the subtle undertone, Tyson reportedly would take $20 million for the fight, while Paul would take home a reported $40 million.
That is just ultimately disrespectful. Like, that is wild. How many of you brothers, all the Black men right now, how many of y'all feel some type of way about this? Just let me know. I want to know if I'm the only one who outraged out here. By show of boxing glove emojis. Throw the boxing glove emoji in the chat if you are a melanated man and you really do feel some type of way. My response to that, brothers, if you feel some type of way, what we gonna do about it? I ain't talking about going out here raising hell. I ain't talking about no public outrage. I'm talking about what we gonna do about it when it comes to our image and what we gonna teach our sons. What we gonna do about it? Are we gonna raise our young, the youth up, even if it's a little cousin, nephew, whatever, not to do anything for a bag, to be the head and not the tail, above and not beneath? Are we gonna start implanting thoughts in their mind so they can understand that they gotta be the lender and not the borrower? Like, are we going to start planting seeds in the up and coming brothers where they know something like this, what Mike Tyson did, is a no-no? Integrity, dignity, honor doesn't mean anything these days. Because it seems like we living in a world where people just sell their brother out, sell their sister out, sell their mother out. Y'all remember that boy that got his mother sacrificed to get a record label, to get with a record label? Word on the streets, he in jail having a hard time. Y'all remember that story a few years back? The guy sold his mama out and got caught doing the ritual. Now he in jail having a difficult time. Let's just put it that way. It's all on the news what's going on with him. Are we going to teach these young men some literacy when it comes to finances? Are we going to teach them how are we going to teach them this one fact right here? All money ain't good money. All money ain't good money. You got to teach them. You got to let them know. Anyway, let's get to it. Let's get to it.
How does this make sense when Tyson is a clear draw for the fight? Without Tyson, you have no hype for this fight, and you probably don't have a Netflix deal on the table. Historically, Black athletes have been exploited for their physical ability.
There's no way in 2024 Mike Tyson should be being exploited this way. It's sad.
While white figures have capitalized on their marketability, profiting off of Black athletes without having to prove themselves in the same way. Jake Paul's boxing career can be viewed as an example of this. A white 27-year-old who has been able to enter boxing at its highest levels, not through years of training or mastery like his Black counterparts, but through a savvy use of media and marketing. For many Black Americans, they've always been told that they have to be twice as good just to be on the same level as their white counterparts.
It ain't just a black and white thing, man. We see what happened with Serrano. You know, it's interesting when it was two Mexican warriors fighting, it was a draw. Then you had that first fight, that first undercard fight. One of the guys, this whole thing was a ritual. One of the guys was humping the other dude in the corner. It was weird stuff going on. Y'all seen that? The first undercard fight, I kind of was like falling asleep on that one. I was in this joint chilling, you know what I'm saying? And I ate good, got the itis. The fight started at like 9, but the Tyson fight ain't started at like 12. So the first undercard fight, I was kind of falling asleep. I wake up, I'm looking at the screen, and these guys look weird. They look like, one of them looked like Tekashi 6ix9ine. They in a corner humping each other. I'm like, man, what the hell is going on here? So, you know, they was trying to bring the agenda from the beginning. They was trying to show you that the agenda is going to be a part of this program from the beginning. And then I seen that daggone Ramos fight, that Barrio and Ramos. Oh, man, that Barrio and Ramos, it was a draw. But it was brutal, man. It looked like they were really knuckling up. Honestly, if I'm speaking honest, man, I think, well, they both had a knockdown. Yo, it was a good fight, bro. It was a good fight. I thought Ramos was going to take it at one point, bro. And then when it came, but that was a draw, right? And then when it came to Serrano and Katie, what is that lady name? Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor. I keep calling her Katie. When Serrano and Katie Taylor came, man, they did our Puerto Rican sister wrong, bro. She was 11 pounds lighter. She was 11 pounds lighter, but them hands was like she was still stronger. Her punches, Shorty kept head butting her like she couldn't even, bro, I'm telling you, she could not take that power. And at the end, it was like, you know, the whole Leprechaun boys came. It's like, you know, me fought a good fight, and me was fighting a good fight, and she's very strong, and me was looking for me pot of gold, and oh, stop it. Y'all know America's racist. Y'all know America's racist. Let us tell our jokes. We just playing. I'm just joking. Man, y'all, I hope y'all ain't that sensitive, bro. But I was pissed watching that damn fight. I'm like, come on. Y'all did that Puerto Rican sister wrong. And at the end, her end of the fight, she said, look, they known for doing this. We already knew they was going to do this. But I'm from Puerto Rico, and I'm tough, and I'm a fighter. I was like, yeah, that's right. Puerto Rico. Man, shout out to Puerto Rico, man. She showed up last night. To have a cut like that, with your vision blurred like that, and she's still in there, bam, bam, bam. Bro, when you get a cut like that, that's not a joke. Blurs your vision. It's hard. It's horrible, bro. Yeah, but shout out to Amanda Serrano, bro. She got cheated last night. But all the undercard fights except for that first one was good. Anyway, what I'm talking about, let's get back to the Great White Hype here.
According to a story written by The Atlantic in 2015, a report from the National Bureau of Economic Research shows that when it comes to getting and keeping jobs, the notion might be more than just a platitude. You see, there's data that demonstrates the unfortunate reality. Black workers receive extra scrutiny from bosses, which can lead to worse performance reviews, lower wages, and even job loss. The NBER paper attempts to demonstrate how discrimination factors into company decisions.
A whole lot of discrimination going on. Nicole says, love your shirt. Thank you. That's that Hebrew Heroes, in case y'all don't know. Look, if you want to get a better look at that there, that's that Hebrew Heroes. You can find it exclusively on newbreed.love. And you can get everything in different colors, different variations. You just go ahead, once you click on the item, you can pick and choose. They got a white, black, and green one like this. That don't fly. You can make this in black and white, black and red, black and blue. Like you can match it up how you want it. I got the little denim red and black junk right here, but man, you know, we made it so it's like 6 strong designs on there, and you can mix and match to fit your drip. Whatever your drip look like, whatever kind of colors you got, whatever kind of sneakers you got, you can match it up by on your own on there. That's what makes it so the clothing line so popping right now. It's popping. When I got those figures, I said, "Oh yeah, that's that's a success. Praise the Most High." And that's because you brothers and sisters rock with me. Y'all rock with the material. Y'all rock with the designs. And it's just good quality. This is a good quality shirt. Everything up there is top notch, top tier. So, you know, that's what we're doing. We're not putting out no nonsense. Newbreed.love is where you can find this stuff. And we are grateful for all your support. Pretty soon I'm going to walk outside and I'm going to be seeing this stuff everywhere. Yep. Let's go.
And creates a feedback loop, resulting in racial gaps in the labor force. Mike Tyson and Jake Paul are not on the same level. Sorry to kill the fantasy. Black greats like Tyson have to become more aware of this and stop empowering white mediocrity with their Black greatness. Even if Tyson won, he still should not have been in a ring with Paul, as if their legacy sits at the same height in history.
That's why I want to know, who was his manager? Who was Mike Tyson's manager? Who told this man it was a good idea for him to get in the ring with a YouTuber who has no type of validity in the boxing world and take less pay cut? Man, somebody shares the scriptures with us, and I want to read it. And it looks like they have a question as well. And y'all gotta like the video. They like to bump people out of the chat. They do it, you know, 30, 40 people at a time as the chat grows. It's up to y'all to like the video and keep liking the video. It's up to y'all to stay active in the chat. They don't like the fact that we self-made over here. We ain't sold out. We're not dealing with we just not dealing with none of the sellout stuff. And we telling the truth. So you gotta promote the truth, right? Daniel 7:25. It says, "And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. How many of them have the new Trump Bible?" What are we talking about? I don't know. What is a new Trump Bible? What is that? That's something I have to research. If there's a new Trump Bible, better believe I'm going to cover it, because I'll be talking about Trump. So I don't know nothing about that, but let's cover this scripture, because you're mixing two different things here. All right. When y'all post the scripture in my chat, it catches my attention because I'm a Bible man. It says, "And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints." Let's just stop there. The times and laws, we already see that all the time. Leap years, you know, changing dates, and you know, one day the hours move up and down. They have already changed times. And laws, you know, they manipulate laws in their favor, right? But let's focus on real quick the wearing out of the saints, because that is appropriate for this topic. When you see our men being buck broke, when you see Denzel Washington doing what he doing, kissing grown men in movies, right? When you see Mike Tyson on a Netflix special, that one of their biggest streams that they've ever had in history, and this man cheeks is out in the back. That's the wearing out of the saints, because these are the people who represent us. So they'll take our mighty ones, they'll take our warriors. And it's almost like what they did in the plantations when they would actually castrate these men, where they would actually grape these men, where they would do it in front of everybody. See, this is a psychological war to wear out the saints. And people, even people who grew up during that time, people in their 40s and 50s, people in their 40s and 50s who grew up watching Mike, psychologically, when they seen what they did to Mike, even if you don't know it, it affected you. It affected you because they were already programming you to believe this man to be not only a villain archetype, but heroic in a sense, aggressive, masculine. a little bit primal, a little bit animalistic, but he went through that. The man served his time for whatever reason. We want to remember, we want to see our old men, our older men. We want to see them in their righteous place. Yeah, they did the same thing to Mandingo. We want to see them mature. We want to see our older men thinking logically. We want to see our older men with a certain poise to themselves, not slapping a YouTuber, not wilding out, biting his gloves because he's claiming he has a damn biting fixation. Like, do you know how embarrassing that is? Like, he's some damn wild ass animal that just can't control himself. Like, he gonna end up biting somebody. Let me see here. I think I got. Let me see what it is.
Man, my dad's.
Okay, that's that boy George.
They don't like.
But look, let's get to this.
They don't like me in Hollywood.
Why do they not like you in Hollywood?
I don't wear dresses. I don't do that gay stuff on the TV. You had to get some other black person to do that stuff. I'm talking. That's gutter. But they all confess they love the Lord. But you cannot compromise yourself if you love the Lord. So I play tough guys, but young kids want to be soldiers. Young kids don't want to follow a guy to wear a dress. You know what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. These young men don't want to follow nobody who on camera with their cheeks out looking disoriented. They don't want to follow no man who supposed to be an OG who dressed in Roman clothing, 2 earrings in his ears, doing as the Romans do. Our young men don't want to see that. Meanwhile, China over there making sure ain't none of that stuff in their movies. Why? Because they want more revolutionary depictions. Because they understand the psychological warfare, or they know the effects, rather. They understand the psychological effects of seeing heroic, revolutionized, courageous scenes. They know that will actually broaden the horizons. It will make them brave, and it will make them courageous. That's what they want. That's why they're going to be the next superpower. But meanwhile, America, look what they doing. Look what America's doing. Look what Babylon is doing. I'm telling you.
History. Unfortunately, Tyson isn't the only example. In recent years we've seen this theme in comparison play out.
I don't want to hear nothing about Beyonce. She just took 50 mil to represent Kamala Harris.
You have Beyonce and Taylor Swift, Obama to any of his white counterparts, black rappers who empower white fashion houses instead of their own, and looking back.
Yeah, we as people, we got to be tired of that. We got to be tired of just empowering Versace, Da Vinci, and designer and all that. Look, let's empower our own stuff. We Hebrew heroes, man. Nobility. Invest in your own interests. You can be fly and be wearing something else. You ain't got to keep putting all of that in people who ain't even got your best interests at heart. Somebody said Google egregore, new breed. Google egregore. I don't know why that stood out. I'll be looking at my chat sometime. So since that stood out to me, I'm gonna do that. Google egregore. Because you trying to show me something here, and I think it has something to do with this talking point. Egregore. Okay. Egregore is a concept in Western esotericism of a non-physical entity or thought form that arises from the collective thought and emotions of a distinct group of individuals. That's very interesting, actually. But some of this art and history I'm gonna go to images. There's a lot of one-eye symbolism explaining what this egregore thing is. Hey, that's what it is. An egregore is a concept in Western esotericism of a non-physical entity or thought form, excuse me, that arises from the collective thought and emotions of the distinct. See, that's what they do. Psychological warfare, if everybody's thinking a certain way, it cultivates energy. That's why it says non-physical. Concepts. If you can inject a concept into a person and multiple people believe it, it becomes very real. Excuse me. Let's go back. I'm going to play this. Give me a moment.
Named by Reverend Fred Sultan, played by Samuel L. Jackson, who sees
a white contender. It ain't about race. It's about boxing.
What's the highest grossing fight in the history of boxing?
Tyson Gibbons.
The highest grossing fight in the history of boxing is Cooney versus Hall. Can you tell me why, James?
Yeah, because Cooney was a white boy.
this storyline plays right into the recent fight between boxing legend Mike Tyson versus media personality and YouTuber Jake Paul. Tyson, at 58, would step in the ring on November 15th, much like Roper, to take on a white opponent that clearly was not on his same level, especially if the two men were the same age, as Paul would just turn 27 at the top of this year. In the film The Great White Hype, unlike what would take place between Tyson versus Paul, Wayne's character would win the match. Yes, if you didn't know, Tyson would end up losing the 8-round match by unanimous decision, thus turning his record to 50-7. 50 wins and 7 losses. Now, leading up to the fight, the reminder of Black greatness being equated to white mediocrity was very visible as promotion began. Why on earth was one of our greatest boxers of all time in the ring with a guy who started boxing just 6 years ago? To note, Paul's first fight was with a fellow YouTuber. Tyson, whose boxing impact has been compared to Muhammad Ali, unfortunately would help reinforce that Black excellence is worth just as much as the white average. And to add even more to the subtle undertone, Tyson reportedly would take $20 million for the fight, while Paul would take home a reported $40 million. How does this make sense when Tyson is a clear draw for the fight?
Tyson sold out. He sold his soul. And he agreed to bring Black athletes back several decades. Tyson has ruined his legacy. He has done nothing to make any strides for up-and-coming boxers. Yeah. The way he tarnished his legacy, doing what he did, up-and-coming fighters, Mike Tyson, the legend, did nothing for you. He could have been the man in a position to fight for some level of equality, or at the very least get what you deserve. And his career is in vain, because now the white supremacy that takes place, the shady business that takes place, is going to continue because Mike Tyson wasn't brave. We thought he was courageous because he was knocking people out, but no. Deep down inside, he was compromised, sold out. He has ruined boxing for the up-and-coming youth. He's ruined it. And I know y'all saying, Bree, you kind of jumping out the window saying that. No, I'm not. See, the ball was in his hand. It was up to him to do something great. And he didn't. He was better off not doing nothing than selling his people out. Those who are really striving to have business deals that are actually deserved. He ruined that. If they showing you they can break Mike Tyson, they can break anyone. I'm telling you right now. And nobody is really talking about it the way I'm talking about it, but this needs to be heard. Look, for those who don't know, I'm a boxing fan. You know, my dad was a prize fighter. You know, he got caught up in some other stuff, didn't work out for him that much. But nonetheless, I grew up seeing great fighters in the DMV area. I know what it's like to actually be in a ring. You know, nothing major, but I've been in the ring before. You know, I've been hit. You know, and I hit back. I know what it's like. I'm a fan of boxing. I've always been into boxing. Most people, when I was growing up, was watching WWF and WWE, and they were watching football and basketball. I was watching boxing, and I knew about all the fighters, and I literally can predict who can win based on the tail of the tape and skill set. And it's just a bad thing to see what Mike Tyson did. He made it very difficult for up and coming boxers to get anything they deserve. That's what he did. He sold himself out. He sold himself short. A man who should have never even been in the ring with Jake Paul decided to take less pay, decided to let Netflix zoom a camera on his ass. His team decided that it was copacetic for this man to get in the ring where he clearly didn't even look mobile. He bit his gloves the entire fight because, in his words, he have a biting fixation. He embarrassed himself. He made himself look like an animal. He slapped Jake Paul. At 49 years old, you out here slapping people at the weigh-in? Mike Tyson put on a complete catastrophe last night. He is no longer even considered one of the greats, in my opinion. I wonder how many other fights he participated in were rigged. I really do. I'm beginning to believe that these people literally set up. It's all scripted for the most part, at least when it comes to the major league players, when it comes to the guys who are selling out the tickets the most. And this is bad. And nobody really wants to hold these men accountable. But look, this stuff needs to be pointed out. So black men moving forward don't move like this. Like, he humiliated himself. He embarrassed himself in so many ways. And we sat there and watched the humiliation ritual take place last night. And as a melanated man, it made me feel some type of way, bro. It really made me feel some type of way. And yo, we got 1,000 people in the building, yo. Shout out to y'all. Yeah, like, keep the likes up, brothers and sisters, and man, let's keep the momentum up, and let's get 1,000 more people in here. Man, somebody said Don King was crooked as F. Was he? And there was a lot of shady characters that's instrumental in who Mike Tyson is today. But you know what they say? Birds of a feather flock together. Birds of a feather definitely flock together. If you consistently around shady business people and you don't seem to learn your lesson, and you just keep on put in these bad deals and these bad situations, then you shady too. Nero says his first humiliation ritual was getting that tattoo on his face. I agree. Somebody says, where's Robin Gibbons? She's somewhere living her life. Somebody said the egregore is growing. Yep. Natasha says something ain't right. He did it for the bag. He kind of sold his soul. Maybe they tried to sacrifice him and we don't know about it. He talks about God all the time, and he was talking, bringing the devil in. Same thing with Denzel. I'm going to share the link as well in case one of y'all want to click the link, particularly you fellas, if y'all want to speak your mind on this. You know, I don't mind if y'all care about this. If you brothers care about this and you want to speak your mind, I'm supposed to share it a little bit sooner, but you know, from here on out, when we do these podcast videos, I'll always have the link in there in case brothers or sisters would like to tap in, depending on what the subject matter is. But anyway, keep the likes up and let's get to it. Anyway, let's go.
Without Tyson, you have no hype for this fight, and you probably don't have a Netflix deal on the table. Historically,
as y'all can see, they knocking people out the room again. They playing with the numbers. This is what they do on here, because they seeing just the thought of black men coming together, congregating about such a topic. They don't want to see it. So keep running the likes up. If you're just joining, run the likes up. This is what they doing. All right, let's go. And nobody, you know, we might not even open up the panel, but we'll see how it goes. Because y'all got to be on point. If I see you in the background and you looking shady, you don't have no profile image, you know what I'm saying? I'm not letting you in. You got to be seen, and I got to know who I'm dealing with, because we're not going to play those type of games right now. Anyway, let's go.
Black athletes have been exploited for their physical ability, while white figures have capitalized on their marketability, profiting off of Black athletes without having to prove themselves in the same way. Jake Paul's boxing career can be viewed as an example of this. A white 27-year-old who has been able to enter boxing at its highest levels, not through years of training or mastery like his Black counterparts, but through a savvy use of media and marketing. For many Black Americans, they've always been told that they have to be twice as good just to be on the same level as their white counterparts. According to a story written by The Atlantic in 2015, a report from the National Bureau of Economic Research shows that when it comes to getting and keeping jobs, the notion might be more than just a platitude. You see, there's data that demonstrates the unfortunate reality. Black
Man, I got to bring my brother in, man. I got to bring my brother King Connect in the building. Yo, Connect, what's going on, bro? Let me see what's going on with you, bro?
Yo, you hear me?
Yes, sir. You're loud and clear.
What's up, man? Peace and blessings to you.
Hey, peace.
Yeah, I
Yes,
saw the
sir.
opportunity to join. You know, I just
Oh
wanted to.
no, yeah, man. You always welcome on the show, and I know that you know, Mike Tyson might be a little bit before your time, far as seeing him in his prime, and you know what I'm saying. But what do you think about all of this, man? Just not only the Denzel Washington situation, but what we got going on with Mike Tyson.
Shoot, yeah, like you said, before my time, but I a fan of Boston too. It's a time period where I was infatuated with boxing, and I love going back and watching his highlights of like his knockouts, and I watched documentaries on him, and even like just a fan of, I like watching the fights and stuff. I
Right.
was thinking about, maybe getting into it myself sometime, just to do it.
No
But
doubt.
yeah, and man, this disappointing to
Man.
say, but hey, just knowing, I mean, I knew it was gonna happen just because who he was fighting,
Right.
Paul, it's always a money grab. That money given that some people call it plot armor, or
That's
it's
right.
whenever he's involved, I don't look
Oh,
for like a real fight. And
right.
because it hurt me when I seen he beat Anderson Silva.
Right. Yeah,
It hurt me when that I was like, man,
yeah,
it's
he
like,
hit me with a mean overhand right too.
yeah,
For real.
it's like, oh man, it's like y'all giving him. It's like you
They
said,
giving him that clout, and you know, man,
and he didn't really earn it. He's not trying to fight somebody
right,
in their prime, or even like a real fighter. It could be a new fighter in the game, but he's a real fighter. He's
right,
young. He's actually in it. He's training.
right. And Jake
Paul
Paul,
don't want that.
right, and
He
Jake
don't want
Paul,
that.
he used the media to curate this persona, and people want to see it just for entertainment. But he's in no way, shape, or form should that give him more validity than a Mike Tyson, who is a legend. So for Mike to take a deal like that is sad. I was actually disappointed to see him and Roy Jones get in the ring too. I was
Yeah.
I was very disappointed to see that, and I think that was back. What was it, back in 2020? They did that. They
Yeah.
looked
So,
done then. Mike looked done then.
yeah.
If we speaking honest, both of those guys, and it's just, it
I
has.
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, it has to
Mhm.
come a time where you give it up, and it can be embarrassing. And when it comes to your legacy, this is why we always, as brothers, got to be teaching the youth and letting them walk in those footsteps. Like, it was interesting because Mike that had his son backstage. His son should have been in the ring with Jake Paul. He should
Yeah.
have never been in the ring with that man. But
Mhm.
I just think that moving forward, we got to be able to teach our brothers not to take deals like that because it's embarrassing. And how can the other nations take us serious when it comes to dealing with business when we pretty much bite at the first deal that come our way? And that's a
Yep.
weakness in our community. Like sometimes if you hold off and wait for the right deal, you come out on top. You might have some people that hate you for it, but your integrity was upheld and you actually moved your people forward, just not taking that first offer. You know,
Exactly.
even if you operating in desperation, as a man, you got to know when the Most High got you. Like, hold on, all money ain't good money. If I do this, how will this affect my people? How will this affect this person or that person? That's something that's extremely lacking in our community because everybody just down for self. They're not thinking about the greater good of all of us. And that's something that we got to change. We definitely got to change. And in case y'all don't know who this brother is, man, I got a songs with King Connect. Living my life for the Lord, I'm living. That's King Connect right there. So y'all got to support this brother's platform, man. He's a young brother on the come up, an extremely talented artist. And that's what it's about, man. I back this brother. He has just music that glorifies the Father. And you gotta appreciate that, support that, and promote that. And I want y'all to subscribe. Go follow King Connect, man. Listen to his music. Yeah, man.
I appreciate you, man, and it's always a blessing to join the platform, and even what I do with the music, and like that song is it was me pouring my heart, and I'm living my life for my God, and
right.
that's the reason I can never sell out like that, It's the
Right.
reason why, man, those fights should have never existed, It's
Right.
like it's disrespectful, and it's insult on intelligence.
Mhm.
People are paying to see something that is obviously rigged, that is obviously a gimmick, and you know, man, like
Absolutely.
we esteem these people that have these legacies, and they had
Mhm.
these dynasties of careers, and they throw it away like that. So it was like, why are we holding it to a higher standard than they are?
Mm.
And
Yep.
it's crazy. Yeah, as I say, even the Anderson Silva, I was like, no.
Right. Exactly.
Even like, and just noticing how Paul moves. Like
Right.
one of his earlier fights was with somebody that had like zero to no experience.
Right. He fought another YouTuber, didn't he?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
and he was like fresh. Like
Right.
he beat him up,
Right.
and it just seeing how he is like he's gonna go for people who are not experienced or people who are gonna sell out. And it's sad
Absolutely.
to see that
That
our
type.
people been selling out.
Yeah, he definitely sold out, man. And you added a lot of good insight on this, coming from a youthful perspective. And of course, you got an old soul because you didn't went back and watched the documentary, so you kind of know what's going on and watch the highlights and the fights. And just seeing this man at 60 years old being in that ring doing what he did is pretty much. I'm showing y'all even the youth looking at it like, man, it's
No good.
disheartening and it's discouraged. It's no good. And
Now
and
when
I
he
yep, yep.
now when he slapped them, I'm like, oh, hey, maybe he is a little.
Right, right. You thought he had that spark. But see,
Yeah.
that was part of the play too to make Tyson look like an animal. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It was like because I know everybody was covering a slap when it happened. I was like, I ain't talking about that because that's not a good look. To me, I was like, yo, at this age, Tyson shouldn't be doing nothing like that. You gotta
Yeah.
have a certain level of poise when you get older. You become wiser. You're not gonna just respond to certain things when you get older. You're not gonna lash. But you still gonna have your power and your strength, but it's just gonna be delineated in a different way. And I would have liked to see that version of Tyson. But
Exactly.
but
Only reason it gave me that spark was because I know how Paul is. Now
yeah,
he caused people to sell out. I'm like, oh, maybe he will actually put up a fight in the ring because he don't. You might not like the guy too much, but the whole
right.
thing was a sham. Man, they made so much money off of. At the end of the day, it's like it's manipulation. It's
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it's disrespectful. It,
That's
and hey, it is what it is. And like with the whole thing with Denzel, man, that's heartbreaking too.
oh man, well, let's talk about it. What's going on, Mars Mindset? How you doing, brother?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing well, man. Blessed and highly favored. Not to cut you off, King Connect. I just wanted to give the brother a proper interest. I'm gonna let you finish what you were saying. Then we're gonna let Mars, bring his thoughts on this.
Yep. So yeah, man, one of my favorite actors, man. Like the Book of Eli, Training Day,
And what?
all these wonderful, and you can go on, and Malcolm X,
Mm.
and and just to see, I mean, and he was one person that I thought like maybe he had some decor to himself to where he wouldn't go in on that, fall into that agenda.
Right.
Even like now I remember seeing a clip of him talking about like the parties, with Diddy and all that. He's like, oh, when Diddy show up, I'm gone. You gotta leave. you
Right.
know. I
Yeah,
remember seeing clips like that, huh?
Yeah, I remember that, man, when he was talking about, at certain times he left the party. But I don't
Exactly.
believe that no more. I don't believe that. I
Yeah.
think they all a part of it. And Denzel coming out and telling the public with a rainbow behind the lady in the podcast, saying that, look, he went full on lip with another man. And the network or the producer is the one who pulled it. He said they got chicken as if he wanted to push the envelope. Like he wanted it out there. That's one of two things. It could have been that, or maybe because they cut the scene, he's just trying to put it out there that he did it so he doesn't get bribed later by Hollywood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they'll hold the tape. If they recorded that, they're gonna have the tape
Yeah.
of Denzel like literally Frenching another grown man. So they're going to release it. So it could have been some damage control, or he could be telling the people, look, this is how I got my bag over the years. And what? That's how I kind of took it. It's like he telling you this is how it go in Hollywood. It is what it is. Everything that y'all thought, it ain't that. And that's that to me personally, that's just a travesty to see. It's sad because it's like they plucking off our heroes one by one soon as this election started. And the black man, we at a time right now where we're pretty much veering off and trying to do our own thing. We're not really participating in the system as much. So the timing of what they're doing is impeccable. It's like, all right, let's start getting them psychologically. Let's get their heroes, the people that are their mighty men and all those things. But it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
And it's like these are the people that at the end of the day, these are still the people that they push.
Right.
Still the people that they put on the forefront. So
right.
It wasn't you just have hope that the good that you see is real and that it is last. That it lasts. Or just like, hey man, or just like, or even like the Kendrick Lamar's, and remembering when he would say he's an Israelite, and
right.
But then later on in the years you see that people don't really about their life.
That was for him to gain a growing demographic of people. It's all about numbers with these people. But I'm gonna allow Mars Mindset, man. I know you see what's going on. I'm hoping that you caught the majority of this show. And we're talking about Mike Tyson, and we also talking about Denzel Washington. But you can hone in on the fight, what you thought, things of that nature.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what you guys are saying. I think it was a ritual, like a humiliation ritual.
Yeah.
They definitely switched up the energy from what we've been seeing, like through the training clips and some of the stuff you've been showing earlier on your show.
Right.
And yeah, like I was watching it with my fiance. We're all pretty upset about like showing the butt stuff.
Man.
It's just, and I think it's good that you pointed out the Denzel Washington thing, because I think it all ties in together, especially with the Trump presidency and the sort of energy that they're putting forward,
right,
moving forward.
And the scriptures say we see the truth through a murky lens. We can't quite see exactly why they're doing it at this time, but it does just everybody who can see it has something to do with this Trump election. I don't know if it's because we didn't participate in the way they thought, bowing before the divine feminine. Because these elections are a beta test to see
Of course.
where we're at in society. All right, who's voting for who? Are these men going to bow to the will of their women and go into the divine, under the divine feminine, and be ruled and controlled? Will these men go vote for Kamala Harris, or will they vote for Trump, who is more what we would call conservative, biblical patriarch? At least that's how it looks, right?
Right.
Or will they stand out? Will they just not vote all together? They're afraid of the two. They're afraid of us black men who vote for Trump and black men standing out, because that just shows that these men are not emasculated. So then, next thing you know, Denzel Washington doing what he doing. Next thing you know, Tyson doing what he doing. So it's like they're like, all right, let's start the programming again. We're not pushing hard enough on the program to emasculate the young men to come and so they can bow down. Maybe we haven't done enough, which also leads to somebody else controlling government. We ain't talking about presidents. We're not talking about politics. There's some type of shadow government going on, and I'm just speaking straight up facts, truth. There's some people operating within government. Whoever control media, they're a step ahead of all the politicians. These people are just figurehead. These people are nothing. They're media too. There's a media above a media above a media that control government. I'm talking about beyond.
And I mean, if you look at X, like I think a real reason that Trump won is because of that Elon Musk endorsement. I don't know if you guys operate on X at all, but it's a very, I would say, white tea supremacy type of platform.
Really?
So if that's, I don't know if you guys have
explain how. I haven't participated.
Well, you don't, like, if you'll get a lot of anti-black community sentiment on there. I deal with it because I deal with all races. Like, I'm not racist against anybody, but if I start leaning in one direction, I'll get a whole bunch of community start attacking me or saying, "What are you talking about?" But they can put a lot of racist stuff out there straight up. Like, I'm from Canada, so I just saw a post today that said the only people that should be in government are descendants of French, Irish, I think it was Scottish and British. So that's the type of shit that they have on that platform. So that would lead me to believe that it's a right leaning platform, but it's also, a very white tea supremacy leaning platform. And then you were also saying earlier that that's where they leaked the results for the match.
Right.
So you'll get that type of information. Right. It will be more open and upfront on that platform because they're really letting you know what it's all about.
Wow, I didn't even think of it that way. Because they had.
And I think Elon's on board with that. And Elon is essentially like how the Democrats used Facebook in 2020. I believe that he was very fundamental in Trump getting elected.
Oh, absolutely. And I actually talked a great deal about Elon and the Trump association and connection. And it's strange.
I don't know. It's like they're cutting out my.
Right. I can hear you.
Yeah, you good.
They might have cut his feed out for a second. He must have dropped some jewels just now, because right now they let him out. It's iron sharpening iron right now. Because the interesting part is the position that Trump gave Elon Musk in government. Doge is what it's called, Department of Government Efficiency. We're talking about the AI guy. We're talking about the guy who's infatuated with robots. We're talking about the guy that says he has a mega computer in Memphis, Egypt, and a new god is coming from there. We're talking about Neuralink guy who's talking about when you die, you're not going to cross over because he can transmute your consciousness into somebody else's body. He's running government efficiency. Leads me to believe that they're going to be using AI to run the government at some point. So I do believe that not only is Elon Musk a half breed reptilian, more than likely, or partial Anunnaki blood. Something's up with that guy. He may even be AI. I don't know. But we do know that Trump that's his right hand man. And see, this is the thing: when you can go right down the middle, a lot of channels out here would separate what goes on over here as we critical thinkers. We can go right down the middle. We're not Democrats, we're not Republicans, we serve the Most High. We are Bible believers over here, and we looking at this thing from a perspective of they're always playing the game. They're always playing the game, and you don't know what direction they're going to go with it unless you're paying attention and doing as the Bible says, being watchmen. And so we can be informed, right?
Yep,
So,
exactly.
absolutely.
And what you said, like about how they that agenda that they push to humiliate and emasculate,
Mhm.
that's, and I see it, it's diabolical, because like I said earlier, these are the people that they built up, that they pushed to the point where we see them in the good light, and we hope more that they won't sell out,
Right.
to the
Absolutely.
point where we esteem them as our heroes, because they are they're most known for greatness, for the greatness that that's shown, that's put out. And how in an instant, whenever they want to to push their agenda, they'll make them fold.
Right. Hey, let me address Porter Rock. Says Tyson's still a legend in my eyes. Well, brother, I would love for you to hit the link and explain to us, because look, we're partial to be non-biased on stuff, and it actually makes a good debate, a good show when people speak, contrary to what I might personally believe. You don't get attacked over here or nothing like that. I would like to know why you think Tyson is still a legend. Brothers, you all are welcome, whether or not you're in agreement or disagreement. I just think this type of conversation is needed within our community, because that fight was it was really it was a bug breaking technique. It was a emasculation ritual. It was a humiliation ritual, but it was directed towards all of us as black men. So we should have our conversations, right?
And like, thinking about this, like prime Mike Tyson in his youth, do you think, I mean, my mindset when I see this fighter, in my mind, I'm thinking this, he wants to knock people out. He wants to win. He wants to be great. You
Hmm.
know, he wouldn't sell out. He wouldn't lose just to sell out.
Right.
That's the mindset that you have, because you think that he's great. You think that he's determined. You think
Right.
that he wants to win, no matter what. He's not you would think he's not a sellout. He's one of the best. He's gonna go hard, he's gonna prove himself. He
Hmm.
wouldn't, so when something like this comes out, it's like, dang, we, full. I'm it's a shame. It's like
Right.
it's disgusting.
It is.
And like that's why whenever I see somebody fight that Paul, I never like, yeah, another
You
rig.
already know,
He
you
always
already know it's a cash grab and it's rigged and everything else.
exactly. And
But
at first they had me, like you brought out with the training, and the, how they push it on the media, and they did exactly what they wanted, wanted us to think that it was gonna be some type of, that he wasn't gonna back down, that he wasn't a sellout. But shoot,
oh yeah,
they proved it right again.
they definitely proved us otherwise, man. And yo, it's
Yeah.
just a bad look. Let me let Kenton Devine, what's going on with you, bro?
Man, what's going on, Bree? What's going on, King
Oh man,
Connect?
oh
Good,
man,
man.
blessed and highly favored. What's good with you, bro?
Man, good to hear y'all boys' voices, man. Good to
You
hear
too,
y'all,
bro.
bro.
You too, most
Yeah,
definitely. So I know
yeah.
you seen the fight last night, right?
Man, the night before, bro, I knew what was happening the night before. Cause when he walked out with them little boxer briefs on, or panties, or whatever they was, a thong, I
Man,
said, yeah, this is rigged. Here we
man.
go again.
Mm.
Here we go again. And then he had an interview with a young black girl, and she was saying, legacy, what about the kids that's watching this that heard all about Iron Mike, jazzing him up because he respected, his flowers where they do. And this dude says, "Who gives a f about legacy? We're gonna die soon anyway."
Who said that? Hold on, wait.
Mike Tyson.
What? Hold on, bro.
Yeah.
I gotta find that. Go ahead. You can keep talking. You know, you
Man,
just found something out I ain't know. I gotta go look.
yeah, It was like the night before. It was like a little bit before I seen. No, it was after I seen him walk on stage for the weigh-in, and I was just like, yeah, bro, this ain't gonna turn out good. And I'm like, the average mind would be like, what's next to come? If y'all already got him in these little penny little things for the weigh-in, then the next night, after you say, when he kissed his son, when he about to walk out, he's got a thong on. I tell everybody, I'm not watching this fight if he got a thong on. I'm not watching this, bro. This is
I think I found it. He said he don't believe. He said I don't believe in legacy. Is that what he said? Hold on. Let me play that real quick because this is wild and this is breaking news. Because if you look at my thumbnail, it says a legacy destroyed. I didn't even know about this. He really sold out, and that's confirmation.
Confirmation right there. I said, boy, oh boy. And you had just got on talking about the Denzel thing right before that happened. That same day I was hearing the Denzel thing, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is true. Like Newbury, you was on point. I'm like, yeah, they after the old black man just to, to destabilize the minds of the young black men for whatever's to come. It's crazy.
Exactly. That's what it's about. And at this point in time, as black men, all we can do is start pulling ourselves up by the bootstrap, coming together, building something we can call our own, respecting each other, doing business together. Like that has to be done because clearly what they're doing is they're trying to make it so no other nation respects us.
Crazy.
And honestly, they shouldn't if we can't work together.
Yep.
We can't build nothing.
We're gonna sell out.
What are we giving them to respect if we can't work together? So, like that, it starts with us. I mean, these puppets and these actors, actresses. I mean, these damn athletes. They already sold out, man. You don't make it to the billionaire or millionaire club in this world in Satan's system without compromising, man. And they're proving it. They're proving it.
Oh yeah, crazy.
Yeah, I want to play this clip real quick, and I'm gonna keep letting you cook. But it is a little bit of like flat coming from your like it's a little bit of like a sound coming. I don't know what it is. Maybe
probably because I'm in my room. Maybe I should go into the living room.
I don't hear it now. Kind of went away.
Yeah, it probably was. I was in that cove in my room. Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play this clip right here. He being interviewed by a little girl.
By a little girl, man.
I want my legacy to be this way when I get dead. Why do you want? You think somebody really wants to think about you? How? What's your dad say? I think I want you to think about me when I'm gone. Who the fuck cares about me when I'm gone?
Wow.
Maybe a grandkid.
That's true.
And that's bad, bro.
That's bad. And see that mentality right there. Why we don't get ahead?
Yep.
That mentality, right? Who gives a F about legacy? Do you understand? Look, back in let's go to medieval times or biblical times, whatever. Legacy was everything to a man.
Everything, bro.
Be a warrior and a gladiator of our people. He's saying, who cares about legacy? You dead. That's a sellout.
That's a sellout.
Okay, a sellout, bro.
When I heard it, I said, yeah, it's a sellout. And then one of the ladies in your chat said something about like them offing him. And it was just so many telltale signs that if Mike be too much of Mike, they will off him. And it just made me think about like, do he got something with the Diddy stuff? Because, just like how with Kamala, with all them artists hopping up on stage, Cardi B had just got on saying 2-3 months before she not represented because what they did to New York. Then she hopped on stage. It's like, what kind of bribery do they got over y'all head to make y'all do this, bro? Y'all selling out because of what y'all did in the past.
I
agree.
Just be real. That's what it is.
Check it out.
They don't want. Hey, look, they use a celebrity as an example, and that also G-check them. It's like they all see what we doing to Diddy, right? You see, he up in that cell right now. Diddy's fearing for his life. Diddy ain't eating. Diddy, look, y'all gonna get in line. And it's like everything that is like all these brothers and these men are falling in line because they definitely participated. Let me read this super chat real quick. Thanks. The Judge 81, thanks for the support, says, greeting, brothers. I am not surprised at Tyson's buffoonery. When M. Tyson came out of prison, he had the chance to wage legal warfare on the two. On the two who? On who? Don King and what? The WBA or what? Not WBA, but the
Yeah,
well,
boxing association.
yeah, back boxing federation. I don't know what you're talking about exactly, but thanks for the support. I do.
Shoot, and the thing that amazes me is like I'm not amazed, but it's like really, it's like you destroy your legacy and you make less money, and
Man,
you supposed to be Iron Mike. This man making double your pay and ruin your legacy.
oh
That's
man,
how bad you sold.
that's
It's
just
like
right.
it's crazy.
Hold on, let me address
It
Judge
made you know what it made me think about? Oh, my bad.
one time for the one time. I like to try to read these
Yep.
report. It says vile women that unjustly put him in prison. The dishonorable judge Patricia Grifford and a treacherous wench Desiree Washington. When he did not go after them, I knew Mike was a coward and a fool. Hey, that's an interesting take right there.
Wow.
Interesting take because you know when you innocent of something, you got to fight. You got to fight, unless he wasn't innocent. So we don't know. Maybe it was just his time to go to jail. It seems like they all gotta go through what they go through. But I'm allow y'all to cook. My bad. Go ahead, brother.
Man, the last thing I want to say before I get up out of here, Breed.
Mhm.
Man, first and foremost, thank you, bro. Because for like 2 years, man, you've been definitely a bucker in the staff and like a lighthouse, so to speak. You feel me? For a lot of cats that lost their way from when they was younger and got older. But anyway, long story short, a lot of things you used to talk about. To piggyback on what I was just saying, when y'all used to talk about like energy vampires and stuff like that, it seemed to me like Jake Paul was reversing the role. Like Jake Paul, if anything, would be the happy person to be on stage with Mike, and he's not taking no real fights. You fighting people that MMA and boxing is two different ways of approach for fighting. Like it's angles and all that. It's just different. And you fighting people like that, like you're the happy one to be on stage. They got Mike taking 20 mil and doing a humiliation ritual, which is like this is like humiliation on the biggest scheme of things, and you letting this energy vampire sink you down. When I like you said with that slap, it was like, come on, Mike, like you too old for this, bro. Like that's a lot of problem with our youth. Like our youth don't know how to handle themselves, so that's why they go to jail and all that. Mike ain't gonna get in trouble for that. But if you slap a kid because you know you could beat him up in the streets and you only 14, you know what I'm saying? Well, Mike did it, and oops, I accidentally had sex with a man in jail. Well, Mike would. It's just it's sad, bro. It's the ideological subversion that you always talk about is so real, bro. But
Man,
that's the last thing I want to say. And it's
man.
just like individual. Our groupism is only going to be as strong as our individualism. If we could be individually strong, it's going to pass off. You know what I'm saying? Each one teach one. So we just still got to be strong no matter what they showing. Because that's really last thing I'm gonna say. Everybody sees it. That's why the whole crowd was booing last night. That's why nobody voted for Kamala. Everybody sees what y'all doing, and it's like y'all can't hide it anymore. We got the real evidence right here on our phone. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
crazy.
Hey, brother, you cook.
Yep.
Man, you know you welcome to the show anytime, man. And
Already.
you made a real key point about that slap that I didn't even really think about. How you got these youngins out here who don't know conflict resolution.
Yep.
And they ready to just tweak out or crash out. And they think Mike did it. Mike's got to be a better example.
Right.
The way he carried himself last night was a complete embarrassment. The fact that he kept biting his gloves, that really was getting to me because I was like, what's going on? I'm thinking his mouthpiece falling out. I'm like,
Right.
what's going on? Something wrong with his mouthpiece? They asked him why he doing that. I got a fixation with biting. Like, come on, Mike. You a grown, you're not no animal, bro. Like, come on, man.
Did you hear the commentator as the fight was going on? Right, we was as
Yeah,
we
straight up
saying
humiliation.
it in my sister's living room. She like, why he keep biting his glove? The commentator will say, "Oh, I seen Mike do this before. I think it's just common." Nah, y'all set this up. This is all stage, bro. Because you know he's gonna say it's all stage.
All of it.
This is
Scripted.
sick.
Ex-release. Scripted.
Crazy, man. Yep.
Yeah,
But hey, man, one love, y'all. I'm a back on out, man, and rooting for the chat, bro. And peace, blessings, and everything you can get, man, out there, y'all. But I'm out
Absolutely.
though.
Thank you,
Yep.
brother. You join
Already.
anytime.
Already. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Peace. Yeah,
So,
Kitten was.
and
Yep.
Appreciate you, letting me on the platform. Just wanted to let that out. But yeah, it's a real shame, man. And I wish, I mean, it's probably people gonna sell out. That's why whenever, like I said, whenever I see Paul, and it's like yeah, got another one.
Right.
So
And I
yeah,
see
man.
Queens in here sharing the same sentiments. We didn't even point that factor out. How our women view that stuff. That's Truth Queen says New Breed. I said the same thing. What a way to leave his legacy. Tired and butt naked. I said, what is he biting on? Exactly. And so, but Mike, out of his own mouth, he don't care about his legacy. He said, you're dying and it is what it is. We got to think different and do better. We got to get out of that selfish mentality and think about, how to have integrity. But, we coming across our time restraints. And, man, King Connect, man, as always, you already know you welcome, brother. Y'all support this brother. Support his music. And, we going to have more songs coming soon, y'all. I just been really in the hype of things, trying to do a lot at once. But y'all gonna hear us put together some more fire #1 hit type of records without the industry, and they still gonna be booming, right? But praises to the Most High. Thank you, Connect, for joining, brother. If you want to
I
say,
appreciate you, man. Thank you for allowing me on the platform once again, and I appreciate you as a brother, and keep doing what you're doing, and you helping people. You got people that really love you, because knowing that what you come from is from love, that it's the spirit of the Most High, body of Christ. So, like I say, big bro, appreciate you. Keep going, keep doing what you're doing, and hey, do it to the end. Fight a good fight. Appreciate you, man. Peace and blessings.
Thank you, brother. Blessings. Yep, but we got to stay the course, y'all. We got to stay the course. This particular stream was very important, and I think we had some very good talking points here. And this is how it's going to be when we stream. And you already know, when you join on this platform, New Breed Global Truth, you're going to get some of the most thought-provoking live streams, video footage, content. You're gonna get the best of the best over here, because it's Holy Spirit driven, and we praising the Most High. So that's what you'll get. Hey, look, thank y'all for joining, man. Y'all be safe out here. Stay the course no matter what. Keep your head up. Do what it is you do. Y'all be safe out here. With that being said, shalom and peace.